So I wanted to let you guys know right away that I followed a tip in a video that I saw from Joe Judice about putting castor oil on lumps and things that irritate you. So they keep talking about how my lumps are getting smaller, and they are. So they said, "Oh, you're gonna film it right away." I don't like to film anything until I can see exactly over time what happens. But yes, they are getting smaller. So you guys know I had this on my arm and they were like, "Oh, you're going to film it." I like to wait. So let me see if I can get a better shot of it in this direction. No, that's not better. But but I think you can see. Let me try going upward to see if that helps. So you guys can see they look smaller, but I'm going to wait a while to show you a better shot of it to see how it works out. It's been working out. It feels better, it looks better. But what I'm saying also is that if they wanted to do this and try to um, say, "You're going to do this, you're going to do that," then that is proving my point. This wasn't happening to me before. They tried to say that this was happening all my life. They were suggesting things. But my problem with that becomes this. If you're suggesting things from the time I was a child, according to them, and it's out loud, why is it my idea then? Why wouldn't someone else do it? Meaning, if there, and they try to say there are so many of us affected by this, then why wouldn't someone else just take the idea if it's out loud? So then my question becomes, maybe someone else did take their ideas and suggestions. The other big deal about this, and I was going to tell you about how they think, and I want to talk about that for a moment. I think they think that if you get a suggestion from someone, you'll just take it because why not? Why wouldn't you? But that goes to their mindset, how they think. That we were raised to be people who just took other people's suggestions and advice. When they said they don't want me to give advice, they made it sound like, well, if I give advice, then who am I to give advice? But who are they to give advice? I mean, all of the things that they criticize others about, they just said this. They do, but they acknowledge it and it's out loud. So part of what I'm explaining is their logic is you should do this, you should do that, but they're not doing it. And if no one else is taking your advice, then why would I take your advice? I'm taking Joe Judice's advice because I like him and I think it was good advice, but I'm not taking their advice. And the more they say it out loud, the less likely I am to take it. So they said, well, I wouldn't do what they say I'm going to do because they said it. Well, if it's something I normally would do, like I've shown you before, I've taken advice and I've shown you, okay, this worked, this doesn't work, then I'm going to continue to do what I normally will do, but I'm not going to do it, especially if it comes from them. And especially if it's out loud and their own group isn't doing it. So I don't think they're going to give me good advice. But their logic is that, oh, I'm not taking their advice because not because it's bad advice, but because they said it. But their own people aren't taking it either. So that's something I wanted to talk about. The other thing I wanted to talk about is what they're talking about. There's something that they said that really bothered me. They admit that they target the genital area, not just of me, but other victims. And other victims have said that. And they try to connect that to other things. What I'm saying is this, and I put a post where a person wrote a comment online about having his genital area targeted. What I'm saying is this. We didn't have a lot of this information before. And now that people are talking about it more, it doesn't seem like we're all copying each other. It seems like we're all having this similar experience. And they just said something. Let me just see if I can hear them. They stopped. So if we're all having an experience of them targeting the genital area to get us upset, I think that's partly why. The logic is that's something so private and so demeaning and degrading that if they target that area, we will be upset. But I think it's also their logic of, I'm gonna get you. You know, you're going to be controlled. You're going to be what is it like when it's not about sex, meaning it's not about, and that's why I think that's another big thing I want to say. I don't want to connect it to sex or sexuality or anything like that because it's not about sex. And once we start, someone said, oh, once we start to look at it like that, this has nothing to do with sexual attraction to you or sexual. It's about power. It's about demeaning you. It's about I can't think of another word to explain it, but that's what it's about. If it had been about sex, it wouldn't be done this way. So I don't ever want them to get me on the path of saying something like that. The other thing is they said they want, because they know I'm a Democrat and they know I feel a certain way about certain issues, that they want me on camera to say the wrong things that are anti-Democrat. Here's my opinion. As a Democrat, I feel that some issues that were always Democratic are now being spoken by Republicans. Some issues that were Republican issues, as a Democrat, we've put a democratic feel on it. So, yes, I am a capitalist. I believe in capitalism. But as a Democrat, I believe that we have to make it equal because some people won't have the same advantages.